Hi, everybody. Welcome to your Southern California Home Advocate Report. I am joined by today our local home advocate, Steve Love. How are you, Steve?
I'm super great, Lee, but I'll get even better.
Well, that's all that matters. Steve is a homeowner advocate in the Southern California area, and he has a very unique thing to him that's different than all of my other advocates. Steve wants to buy your house all cash. It's pretty much very straightforward. Steve, your other job besides being an advocate and giving good information is also being an investor. How is the Southern California market?
It's still very hot.
What is, because you have a group of people that you keep track of that are investors as well, how have their experiences been right now with properties?
Well, the market is hot, so my investors, the people I know, tend to like to buy things at a good discount, which makes it very, very difficult right now. Sometimes they can buy at full price if they can get the seller to seller finance the property. But when we're using all cash, we like to buy at a good discount. Pretty tough right now to do it unless you do a heck of a lot of marketing, which is very expensive, like with direct mail, that type of thing.
Well, I don't think most people know this. And if you're watching this video because you want to sell your house all cash and you need to move right now, understand that if you go through a traditional real estate agent to go for that upper tier kind of money, you're still giving up 10% of the overall return on it. When you're going to an investor, what you're buying is the speed and the cash, and the headache is eliminated as well. How is the real estate market?
Exactly. And just what I want to say before we go on to that question, sure. The headaches can be big when you're trying to sell your property, like maybe to sell your property to a traditional homeowner and get a bank loan. Sometimes it needs a lot of fix up. There's a lot of health and safety issues, broken windows, holes in the wall or the ceiling or whatever that have to be fixed first. So
let's get into non-permitted granny flats, for God's sakes, and non-permitted rooms. And
yes.
The nightmare that I've experienced as an investor and an advocate as well of only somebody all cash can buy this. There's no loan that can be made on this property. And I don't think people get that. They forget that grandpa just added a room without a permit. That's a very real thing.
Sure is. So this is the niche that we as investors fill. We can move really fast, and we don't care what shape the property's in. I mean, we've even, in the past purchased burnouts and tear downs and that type of thing. And people just don't realize that. So, and some folks just don't like realtors and their clients walking through their house all day, especially in the winter.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I was always brought up with there's no such thing as a bad property. There's just a bad price. And in this particular niche of people who've missed payments, this is about speed. This isn't about, I understand you can get a traditional real estate agent. We can refer you out to a traditional real estate agent all day long and let that happen for you. But when you look at the numbers at the end of the day, you would have done this quicker. You would have made the same amount of money had you have done it all cash. And I think that's really important. My experience, greed is a very real thing in this world, and the homeowners who are in a bad position want more and more, and that's not a very real thing. This is about the headache. This is about the permits.
Exactly.
You got to move on.
And you mentioned speed. Sometime in the niche that we're discussing, which is folks that are in default for the most part. If there's been a trustee sale notice filed against them, they could be going to sale certainly within 3 weeks, but it could be as soon as tomorrow. And sometimes they don't call us until then.
Yeah. Most people won't call until the very last moment. And if
Yeah.
that's you and you're watching this, use the information down below. Call Steve directly. If that's too difficult, you're just listening to this in the background, 833-WOW-HOPE. Leave a message for Steve and he will call you right back. Is there anything you want to tell people who've missed payments that they should know?
Well, every deal is a little bit different. If they've missed payments, sometimes we can come in and take over their loan by making up back payments. But if they've been in default for 2 years, that might be a heck of a lot of money. Might be easier just to buy the whole thing cash and for you to just wash your hands of the property. And that's what some folks do. But we can do other things as well. We can, like I said, we can pay cash, we can buy creatively as investors. It just depends upon your particular home loan. If you've been in default for how long, if you're going to sale tomorrow versus 3 months from now, all that matters. So every deal is a little bit different, but we can come up with a solution.
Simple as that. You've got an advocate who's going to give you good information, who can also pull out a big pile of cash and help you immediately on the spot. Use the information down below. We're going to be back each and every week to talk about the Southern California real estate market. And hopefully we can help you make the right decision if you need to make a decision. If you know someone, tell them. Call us. We will have Steve come over and talk to you. He's a lovely man. Is there anything you'd like to add for this week?
Just that we will see you here next week and hopefully every week. You can always call me. I love to speak to folks. I've been in this business a long time, longer than I like to admit. And so if you have any questions at all, please call me.